Greetings, MechWarrior. You're accessing beginner-level training manuals for the Longbow LGB-7Q provided by Ronin Fox Armored Security. I'll be your instructor, Fox. This tactical debriefing will inform you of the nature of the Longbow 7Q, including its specifications, strengths and weaknesses, as well as how to customize and operate your own Longbow 7Q in the field. Because this is of the beginner level, some restrictions will apply, including no lost tech, no upgrades, no mods. DLC will be allowed. Let us begin. Starcore Industries Longbow LGB-7Q. Weight class, Assault. Role, Missile Boat. Availability, Uncommon. Threat level, Enhanced. Description. The Longbow is a very old series of mechs that predate even the Star League. It was commissioned by the Free Worlds League in the time of the Terran hegemony because they needed a heavy fire support platform, and the hegemony closely guarded the technology of the Archer battle mech. Starcore Industries would take up production of the Longbow and enter a merger with other corporations as the Star League first arose. They would use their newly acquired multinational status as legal justification to sell the newly produced Longbow to all Great House buyers, not just the Free Worlds League, a move that would shock and outrage House Merrick. The mech has overall been seen as unpopular to operate, but important for the vital missile boat role it provides. Today, those searching for a Longbow are equally likely to find it anywhere across the inner sphere, presuming conflicts in the area are significant enough to demand an 85-ton missile boat. Specifications: maximum weight, 85 tons. Minimum weight, 27.5 tons. This means 57.5 tons are available for customization. Maximum speeds, 48.6 kilometers forward, 32 kilometers reverse, standard engine. This could be seen as average speed for an assault mech. Armor. Stock armor is 464 units, which is 14.5 tons of standard armor. Maximum possible armor is 538 units. This is 16.81 tons of armor. This could be seen as heavily armored for an assault mech. Weapons include 2 LRM-20s, right arm and left arm, 2 LRM-5s, right torso and left torso, 5 tons of LRM ammo. This is 2,200 missiles or 44 volleys, 2 in the right torso, 2 in the left torso, 1 center torso. 2 medium lasers, right torso and left torso. 12 additional heat sinks, no melee capability. Strengths and weaknesses. The Longbow 7Q is a very specialized missile boat, which means it has both sharp strengths as well as sharp weaknesses. Strengths include an impressive combined LRM-50 between all of its launchers. The launchers can even be refitted to go beyond this up to a maximum possible LRM-80. The Longbow also has plenty of ammunition to dispense, as well as a very healthy quantity of heat sinks to ensure constant bombardment as long as the target lock is available. Lastly, the mech's heavy armor is excellent for withstanding counter-bombardment from enemy fire support, as well as to shield it in close combat, buying allies time to assist the Longbow. However, it does also have significant weaknesses. The mech has piteous close-range offensive capabilities with a mere 2 medium lasers, damage so low even a light mech will not fear it. Furthermore, the Longbow's arms can't be used for melee combat, and normally an assault-class mech has a rather substantial melee punch, even unmodified. So feeble is the close combat capabilities of the Longbow that a lance of Capellan Confederation 20-ton Stingers were able to defeat a lance of Federated Suns Longbows in the Third Succession War. Recustomization. Ronin Fox Armored Security recommends this Longbow 7Q rebuild for the beginner-level MechWarrior. It will emphasize independence while still remaining a fire support mech. Further investments into LRMs are viable, but do require an increase to skill to operate and position properly. Starting with a stripped-down mech, add 2 LRM-20 Stream, one to the left torso, one to the right torso. Add 6 tons of LRM ammo. This is 2,640 missiles or 66 volleys. Add 2 SRM-6s, one to the left arm, one to the right arm, and add 2 tons of SRM ammo. This is 640 missiles or 53.3 volleys. Now, maximize the armor and add 7 heatsinks, which will take the mech over its maximum tonnage limit. Bring the mech back into compliance by tuning the armor. First, reduce rear armor to 10 in all sections and move the spare armor to the front. Then set the head armor to 24 and both of the legs to 70 armor each. This simple modification trades only a few long-range missiles to provide a large close-range punch more than capable of defeating wounded enemy mechs as well as fast but less armored flankers. BattleRom. With the Longbow 7Q rebuilt, it is time to see how to operate it in the field. Here are the mission's conditions. Mission type: Battlefield. Difficulty: 100. Maximum drop weight: 400 tons. Allies include 1 additional Longbow LGB-7Q and 2 Stalkers STK-3F. All allied mechs are unmodified and in stock configuration. The Lance is also 60 tons under the maximum drop weight. Pilot skill level: Elite. If you own your own BattlePod simulation chamber, check document 1 of the video's description for an instant action code allowing you to train in this exact same battle. Welcome to Brundage, MechWarrior, and the Draconis March. You'll be seeing the perspective of Yako Lance, Ronin Fox's primary assault lance set on a diversionary operation. In 3049, the Draconis Combined would suffer increased border raids from an unknown Federated Commonwealth force. The Fifth Sword of Light would attack Brundage to extract a spy whose job was to determine exactly which military group was behind the attack. Yako 1 leads his lance to aid in the distraction of the enemy and extraction of the spy. With their presence detected, Yako Lance is investigated by a hunchback and a rifleman with a panther attempting to reach the battle in time. Because the hunchback is a close-range threat, it is prioritized over the rifleman. In addition to this, being an LRM lance, Yako takes up position near a simple hill with a boulder that will provide cover while allowing LRMs to counter-bombard. With the hunchback brought down before it could do much damage, priority switches to the rifleman as the panther finally reaches the battle. However, the rifleman's armor does not hold long, leaving the panther in a hopeless engagement. This did cause Yako 1's aggression to get the better of him, launching all missiles he could against the Panther, causing a shutdown. The shutdown of a mech disables its radar temporarily, causing all mid-flight missiles to lose their tracking, a mistake he would not repeat. The next wave appears, bringing a dangerous King Crab and an Orion with it. The King Crab must quickly be destroyed, and the Orion takes advantage of the Lance ignoring it to begin its approach on Yako 1. Despite its armor, the King Crab's wide body and slow speeds cannot evade many missiles and is broken down before it has a chance to fire many of its AC-20 shells. That still bought time for the Orion to reach Yako 1, who counters by using the small boulder nearby to break line of sight, with the Orion buying time for the rest of Yako to bombard it. The equipped SRMs now show their value, having enough firepower to finish off the wounded Orion. There was little time before the next wave emerged, a dropship delivering a rifleman and an awesome with another Panther approaching from the flank. Target priority is set to the rifleman due to his lighter armor, but not before Yako Lance casually destroys the Panther while Yako 1 was planning. With the rifleman destroyed, concentrated attack then fell upon the Awesome, who had lost its targeting data without its rifleman spotting for it. The combined LRM 130 of Yako Lance quickly breaks apart the Awesome as yet another Leopard arrives, bringing more reinforcements. The relentless counter-assault brings a Wolverine, Enforcer, Blackjack, and a Grasshopper forwards. The elite Wolverine is targeted first to prevent it from quickly charging into close combat and wreaking havoc. The SRMs are put to work, finishing off the wounded Wolverine before turning against the Blackjack advancing on the left. Yako 1 continues to use the hill to prevent the rest of the enemy Lance from concentrating fire on him, while the Blackjack's weapons are ultimately disabled. Combat switches to the Enforcer now, bearing down on them, who is in range of both the LRMs and SRMs for maximum damage. Yet the SRMs fell another wounded Mech, and the Lance finally converges on the Grasshopper, who was nearly undamaged. Now caught in genuine close combat, Yako 1 puts the redesigned close combat abilities of the Longbow 7Q to work against the Grasshopper. The thick armor of the Longbow redesign weathers the Grasshopper long enough for the rest of Yako to assist in bringing it down. Back at home, Yako Lance returns the Lance in excellent condition for the disadvantage they were in, defeating enemies at long range or severely wounding them where they had little chance by time they reached close combat. This concludes the tactical debriefing for the Longbow LGB-7Q. You now have a far better understanding of the longbow, including its specifications, strengths and weaknesses, and how to customize and operate your own Longbow 7Q. Thank you for choosing Ronin Fox Armored Security for all your training needs. And that's the Longbow video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yes, I did prioritize it since the Dragon's Gambit just came out. As is tradition, though, how good is the Longbow 7Q out of character? Honestly, I think it's pretty solid. Great AI mech if you know how to keep them out of close combat, and if you replace a few LRMs with SRMs, I felt that it was pretty good feeling, personally, to pilot it. I could definitely see this as the primary fire support mech of the Assault class in a playthrough. Anyways, I'll be covering a light mech in the next video, and don't forget, if you like these kinds of videos, show the Fox some love. It's a team effort. An easy, free way to do it is to check out my MechWarrior 5 streams, Dragon Gambit, full clear, 100% playthrough, about to go through the Kestrel Lancers phase of the game. Also, you can like this video, share it with a friend who's learning MechWarrior 5, and leave a comment. I read all the comments, I respond to most of them. It's a great way to tell me that you want to see more of this kind of content. Till next time, though, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.